it's been a lot of mixed emotions. It's been a lot of, nervousness, a lot of just overwhelmed. You're just overwhelmed with a lot of emotions, and you have your whole family there just try to keep you a little calm, but they only can do so much. But it's been a good 24 hours, man. It's been a great experience, a moment that I'll remember for the rest of my life. I know a moment that everybody in my family is gonna remember for the rest of their life. So it was just a very key moment in my family's life, my family's history, and I know it's a big deal.
Can you tell us a little bit about your family, Donte?
Well, I'm from New Orleans, so I'm a New Orleans kid. City kid, right outside the city actually. So a big family that's all Saints fans. So this was different. But they're excited that I'm in the NFC South. Get to come home and play home once a year. So they're excited about that. But they're Panthers fans now. So that's the only thing that matters.
We saw the video last night. It looked like, I think you said you were in a hotel for the party. If you don't mind me asking, who was that, like, kind of immediately around you?
It was my mom was on side me. My older brother was kind of in front of me. My girlfriend, who's 7 months pregnant, was standing on side me as well. My sister was behind me. My cousin, if I'm remembering right, it was cousins, my aunties, my grandma was there also. So it was just the whole family. It was a lot of smiles. So I see their smile. That's the only thing that really matters to me. So.
What about your dad too?
Yeah, it's been a crazy. My baby shower was actually like this past Sunday, and I got drafted this week. So it's been a wild week, but it's been cool.
Do you know Trey Turner at all?
I know of him from just being LSU guy what he has done at LSU. So you having no choice but to really know of him. But we haven't really met yet. But I'm sure that we'll have a lot of time to meet now.
Where did you go to high school?
Riverdale High School, Jefferson, Louisiana.
Well, I'm sure you're familiar with St. Aug and
yes.
that whole dynasty down there.
Yeah, Trey went to St. Aug. Yeah, I'm familiar with St. Aug. I played against Fournette my freshman, sophomore year in high school. We was in the same district, so I'm familiar with those guys a lot.
How'd that go?
I mean, let's just say he had his shoulder pads off at halftime, so he was
yeah. So 7 months pregnant, then due date right around June. Is this going to work out with training camp?
Hopefully, I'm hoping it does. But that's something that we talked about. That's something that we're preparing for, just in case that I'm not there, or if I am out here at work. Some ways we have to get around it. But that's something that we plan for. But I'm just ready for it to come. Excuse me.
Sometime late June, you think?
Yeah, sometime late June.
You know what she's having?
Oh, baby girl, Demi Delia Jackson. Yeah.
Say it again.
Demi Delia Jackson.
Does that name have some significance, or?
I mean, it's my initials. That's about the only significance it has. But her nickname is Baby Action Jackson. Yeah. So that's the nickname we came up with for her. So.
Where'd you get that nickname?
From her dad, Donte Action Jackson. So, I feel like I could have been a little bit more creative, but we can go with that for now.
Where'd you get your speed from?
I'm not sure. I was elementary school. Field days, stuff like that. Anything that we had to do any type of sprints for. I was always the one in first place, so I was always used to just winning, and when I run, and I just been fast ever since, and I've always been competitive. So the knack for me just wanting to win, I think that made me even more faster when I was younger. So just my competitiveness kind of made a little bit fuel to my speed. So I think that's kind of where speed comes from, because it kind of corresponds with the competitiveness a lot. So.
What was your dad? The original Action Jackson, was he fast?
Yeah, he was fast. The speed comes a lot from my dad's side, but my mom's side has a lot of athletes also. So.
You seem pretty motivated with the fact that you're going to be a new dad coming soon. What does that add to your motivation to succeed in the NFL?
I just don't want to let my baby girl down. My father wasn't there my whole life due to prison. So taking care of her is one of my, one of my top priorities, and just not letting her down. So, and I know that this is the stepping stool to do so, to take care of her and to make sure that she have a better life. So, why not, give my all, and why not, go out here every day to work like it's my last day, and that's what I'm gonna do every day. Baby girl's life's on the line. So.
Is your hope to come right in and maybe grab a starting spot on this defense? And if so, what do you think it will take to do that? I'm
going to come in ready to compete, whether it's nickel, corner, safety, special teams, anything, I'm going to come in ready to compete. They're going to get a lot of, fight out of me early on. So as I come up in here and I start right away, if I'm with the 3s or the 4s right away, they know they're going to get a competitor who's going to come to practice and come to work every day to work. So.
Hey, New Orleans has been through a lot the last several years. Growing up, did you experience some of the effects of Katrina growing up in the city, and what was that like for you? Especially, it sounds like family going through some things as well.
Well, yeah, I'm born and raised Louisiana, New Orleans, so I've been out there my whole life. Went to LSU. So Katrina was definitely something that that shook the city. Historically, as everybody should know, and it did a lot, impacted my family a lot, lost my house, the house that we were staying in at the time. I lost that house. My auntie lost the house. It was just a lot of damage, but my family, we made the come through adversity and stay together, because that's what we we known to do. We never really had much, but we always had each other. So that's kind of like the thing that keeps my family together, the love and the genuine just passion to be around each other, and that kind of what made the moment of like last night even more worth it. So just happy to have those people in my life, for real.
How old were you?
I was in the 4th grade, so I was about 2005. I'm not good at math. I was young though, very young.
Can you tell us a little bit about your dad's background?
Same, city kid, just got caught up in the wrong things early on. That's about, as much as I can say, but still have a great relationship with my father. We talk every other day. He's still supporting me from wherever he's at where he's at right now. He's still supporting me to this day. He still makes sure that I'm making the best decisions and I'm making the best choices, just to not end up, in the same path as he did. So.
You said that your family was happy that you're going to be in the NFC South. Are there any particular wide receivers that you're maybe excited about matching up with?
Calvin Ridley, both came in together in college together. He went to Bama, I went to LSU, so he went to the Falcons. So he's a guy that I'm excited to go against. I've been going against for 3 years now, so we're going to the same division in the NFL. So that'll be a cool one to go up against. And really just getting a chance to go back and go into the Saints, play against the Saints. That's gonna be pretty cool to have a lot of my family there too. So.
Donte, is it hard to not kind of be overcome by all these emotions that you must be feeling, especially when talking about your family and what you guys have been through and what this means to them right now?
Yeah, it's very hard, but they make sure that they let me know that that I'm blessed and that I'm going down the right road, and that I keep doing everything I've been doing, making them proud like I've been doing from day one, and they just keep on, making sure they instill that in me, make sure I don't get down about the whole thing, make sure I don't get those little tears of joy. So they just try to make sure I keep a smile on my face and remember that I'm blessed to be in this situation, and can't really get overwhelmed by the whole thing, but just mostly just take it all in, take it day by day. So that's kind of what I've been trying to do.
Hey, what do you think about coming in with another SEC defensive back, back-to-back rounds?
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's something I'm very, very passionate about. The SEC football. Playing that 3 years, 3 consecutive years, never missed a game at LSU. But I'm very excited about Rashawn. I know that we played against Tennessee, and I know that he's a guy that we had on our scouting report for offense, and I know that he's a guy that's going to come in and make a great impact, just like I'm expected to do. I expect him to come in and have the same type edge and have the same type preparation and get ready to come make plays. They drafted us for a reason, and that's the reason, you know, to come in here and compete with each other and against each other, and just to make this team a better football team. So that's kind of the plan, and I can see Rashawn coming in and being a big addition to the team.
You missed a chip on your shoulder yesterday a little bit. Can you give me an example of where that chip's really helped you in a game or something?
In every game, I always been, you know, known as the undersized guy, or the guy who lacks ideal size or whatever they like to say. But the chip has always been there. I don't think it ever left, you know, in any sport, you know, but especially football, you know, just because I always got the talks of, you know, being too small, or you just fast, or you a track guy who plays football. But that just makes the chip grow even bigger, you know. I'm all football. Yeah, I'm fast, but my mentality and my toughness and my confidence and my swagger is all there. You know, it's all football, and that's one thing I like to pride myself on. So I never really like to listen to, you know, when people say I'm too small, because I've been hearing that my whole life, and it just, you know, it just adds fuel to the fire.
Donte, you mentioned some of the things the skeptics say. You also mentioned that you never missed a game at LSU. Do you think that, you know, that durability you displayed kind of proves your point that, while people might look at you and say you're too small, you've proven that you can handle yourself in an SEC conference?
Exactly, and that's what I like to think about. You know, you have a guy who played as a freshman at LSU, started every game since sophomore year at LSU. You know, never missed a game at LSU in the SEC. But you're gonna sit here and say, you know, he lacks ideal size. You know, but I've been in the SEC playing ball, you know, for 3 years straight without missing a game due to any injuries or anything. But I like to pride myself on that a lot. You know, I wouldn't think a guy lacks ideal size if he's out there, you know, banging with SEC opponents every week in and week out, you know, practicing against guys, you know, Leonard Fournette, practicing with guys, you know, like Jamal Adams or Tre'Davious White. You know, I actually been out there in the field with those guys, and that says a lot about my game. That says a lot about my toughness and my aggression that I like to, you know, talk about.
Okay, last night we were on the phone with Rashawn. He thought he mixed you up with Tyrann Mathieu a little bit as well. He thought you wore number 7. And so what I mean, I asked you about it last night as well. You get that comparison. Some of your teammates kind of compared you to him in the way that you guys kind of make explosive plays and roam all over the field. And talking about that culture, that defensive back university that you come out of, how does that help you and knowing Tyrann and being compared to him?
Tyrann was always a huge inspiration in my game. Like when I was in high school, you know, I was a small DB, like I was in college, you know, like he was, you know. So I kind of always just, you know, knowing he was from New Orleans, man, from the same area, and just now that I have a relationship with him that I can, you know, talk to him every day if I want, it just kind of makes it even more better, because he's fully there for me, you know. He believes as well, you know, that there's very few guys that come around like me and him, guys who's willing to get out there and go be the size of a chihuahua but go fight with a gorilla, you know. And there's very few guys that can come around like that, and he believes that, you know. So every time we talk, that's the type of stuff he tell me, you know, keep playing with that edge, keep playing with that chip on your shoulder, and keep playing violent and angry. And that's kind of something that I've been running with, and that's something that I've been, you know, waiting to take to the next level. And now that I'm here, you know, I just, you know, can't wait to get my opportunity.
Donte, what's the mindset, and how excited are you knowing you're coming onto a team that either cut or traded 2 of the defensive back starters, and, you know, kind of looking at, sort of like for a clean slate back there?
Yeah, I mean, clean slate or a lot of depth. I'm a competitor, and that's the only way I know how to do it. That's the only way I know how to play the game, and I'm a firm believer in, you know, the best 11 will play. Whether I'm in that best 11 or not, just know that I'm going to always compete every day until I'm in that top 11, and whether it happens week 1 or week 13, you know, I'll be competing every day until it happens. So that's kind of what I'm going off right now.
Thank you so much, Donte. I want to go ahead and take a shot here from Jersey. You can just stand kind of right there. Hold it up. And here, take all right.
I'm sorry.
You're good. Okay. You can have your wear call.
We're lazy, I guess.